All right, folks, we're back. One sec. All right, he's asking me why he's gonna play in the why Latin America and a blah blah blah. I told him, look, it's simple. It's central server is the default for instances like this. If players can't agree, we just force them onto the central server. So if these two can't agree to play on East or West, then we just both default them to Central. It's the middle ground of the actual servers, and that includes like cross server things as well.
Yep. Pretty practiced. Nope, that's gonna be repetitive. It's a pretty known practice. So sucks, but it happens.
And I think he's convinced that if he was Europe, it would have been different. But I'm trying to explain, like, no, you could be. Like I told him, like, if you were from Europe or Korea, it doesn't matter. If nobody agrees on the server, then it defaults to Central. It's just the simplest solution. And we've been running tournaments like this for a very, very long time. So, anyways, advancing on, trudging through the brackets. It's a brand new best of 3. This time, it's a ZvZ.
Yeah. Of course, that's where it's mostly, I would say, why it's such a hotly debated thing. Like, I think you should debate it anyways, you know, no matter what, just to try and get whatever edge you can.
Oh, yeah.
But especially for ZvZ, the ping difference was big.
This is where I would, like, if I'm a pro player in this situation, on my knees begging, like, dude, please, come on, play East Coast. It's not fair. Like, I just don't have a chance. Like, I know the rules say otherwise, but do me a solid. And like, even if the guy says no, at least you made the effort for it, right? And I don't think anyone's going to look down on you for that. Because we're all here, like, all the players are here to play to win. Well, exception of, like, maybe a couple, but everyone else, the serious, taking it seriously, is here to play to win. At any rate, we are in a very interesting matchup. We'll go into a little bit more why in a moment, but for this ZvZ in the top left, double extractor trick hype? Question mark? Or
is it?
No, just a regular one. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the blue Zerg player, BLord.
That was a little weirdly timed. In the bottom right, as the yellow Zerg, he is Game Time.
So they both did the extractor trick, but what's interesting is BLord actually went for like a dedicated gas with it, whereas Game Time did not.
Right, so BLord went for what is still an early pool, just with the gas extractor trick, and not as early as possible with a 12 pool. Whereas Game Time goes for still an aggressive one base opener, but clearly like it was like a 17 or 18 or something like that. So this will work kind of well because their gases really aren't as bad as they could be, with Game Time getting his before his pool. And of course, defensively, it can work out well too. If he feels that he is threatened, if he sees this coming, he could also just go Bailey Nest really quickly, hold off on that speed. It's gonna take a while though. Yeah, Overlords, blah blah, kind of a long map. Overlords don't get there over there too quickly, and you expand to the back, so the lack of a hatchery is not suspicious.
Expanding to the back could also be a bad thing though. You got those rocks, and you got two different entrances you gotta defend, but those aren't easily taken down. I do like the BLord's hiding these though. He's going to keep them in the back and try and surprise Game Time. But Game Time is not droning. He is making his own lanes. And he is going to be ready to fight.
Yeah. And as I said, like that speed timing, it's enough that it could be crucial, but I doubt that it will. And Game Time also very quickly falls over the Bailey Nest. He didn't get it before speed or anything like that, but it just, as soon as he had 50 gas again, he went for it.
Huh.
I thought he was going to pick on these rocks, but apparently just circumventing the Overlords.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I thought he was going to completely just knock down the rocks, close off an entrance, and have like a guaranteed one funnel spot here, but no, he's not even circumventing the Overlords. I'm not sure what's going on with this out of Game Time.
He's just taking a really long time to do it.
Well, anyways, I went into at the start of this saying like this is going to be an interesting match. I think what's really cool about it is Moss, of course, advances over Jason, and the winner of this goes on to fight against him. And I got to say, like, any three of these players in the top half are totally contenders for that #1 spot. So things only heat up from here.
I am really excited for Game Time versus Masa, which I think is what it's going to be. And if Masa plays against versus Thermal, I think Game Time has the finals.
That would be interesting. We do have Bailings out, though, and if he runs to the top of the ramp blindly, there's no Overlord here to see them.
That was nice. He segmented off one lane to try and scout for that. Unfortunately, he's still kind of getting caught. The lane count of Game Time is not that bad either, so you're going to direct fight with the lings. So that's what he was doing with those lings.
The slow play around, it was like the long con is what that was, and it paid off with one single amazing bailing hit.
That was beautiful. That was really cool. That timed out so perfectly.
Oh, he
I
doesn't
like
have
what
his own
BLord is
bailiness.
doing. No, he doesn't. Like, even if he hadn't taken that, like, crucial shot right there, he still would have been in a lot of trouble. So I like the wall off and the spine crawler. There is the back entrance, however, and this might still be busted.
He's, yeah, gonna pop that off pretty quick. Gets a surround on the queens. I'm not sure what this other evolution chamber is supposed to do, but that spine crawler gets to either save the queens or shoot the banelings. And right now, yeah, shoot the pan.
Oh, dear Lord. At this rate, yeah, it might even be better not to use the banelings.
He's still droning behind us, which I find really interesting. BLord, that is, excuse me.
Oh, it's like, yeah. Yeah, I guess he thinks, well, he sees with his Overlord, there's not really that many lings on the way. So his choice really is to either make lings and then have useless lings that probably can't counterattack, or just make drones. I mean, you know, it's possible he misread it and there's actually lings doing that thing around the path again, but he didn't. 10
workers dead, 16 drones to 28. At this point, if it's just straight macro, which looks like it's going to be, game time should be ahead by, it'll be streets ahead.
Streets?
Streets ahead.
Not cul-de-sacs or towns or streets.
It's a thing. Google it.
I'm gonna. I hope I come up with street sharks.
Jossum.
Urban Dictionary. That always starts off well. If you have to ask, your streets behind.
Exactly.
Got him.
Exactly.
Apparently means cool or awesome, though, not necessarily that they're ahead.
Oh, I think he is cool and awesome. So he's streets ahead.
All right.
And again, if you gotta ask, your streets behind. It's from Community. I love that show.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you make this? Did you set this up?
Did I set this up as a trap? Were you expecting me to Google this, Rifkin?
Exactly.
I would be so proud of myself if I was that clever. Sadly, I am not. Now, these lings get a really important scout. They're not going to get much damage, but seeing that layer done and probably guessing its mutas. It's funny, though, because with the gas dynamic on Blood Boil, it's not so easy to go mutas. You don't get the 4 gases. You only really get the 3. GG.
I'm not even going to bother. Makes sense. Well, I mean,
want to just say something here because I think it needs to be said. I really don't think he lost that game to lag. I really think he lost that game to game times. Very good tactics and smart setup. Like it was a good trap.
I can't see a single situation where I was like, oh, that 1 second difference. Like he was running into the Baneling. That wouldn't have been a different thing. And there's no way he would have gotten a wall up again. Like those lings are right on top of the elevator chamber. So of course it affects you mentally. Can't necessarily disregard that, but that. Oh well. Next map is Proxima Station. Thank God. I've invited you to a dance. The dance is called Proxima Station. And it's because you're in proximity to each other.
Yeah. It's kind of rubbing my temples right now because BLord is being rather foolish. I'm just going to say that. I won't read what he's saying, but he's being really foolish right now, and I think it would behoove him to not be foolish.
Can only imagine.
Yeah. I just said you could try and debate our own rules with me, but you won't be correct. I'm sorry. Hopefully that's enough. We're going to get into Proxima Station, as Zombie Grub said. It is game number 2. If you're just joining us, we are still in the winner's bracket side of the Gameland Invitational Qualifiers. And again, the winner plays against Masa in the winner's bracket semifinals. Down below, you got No Regret fighting off against Future. In the top side of the bracket, it's a little bit held up, but hopefully... Top side of the bottom bracket, excuse me. But hopefully that'll catch up here fairly quick. As we get to game number 2, though, spawning in the bottom left, the creative genius, the Long Connor. It's game time. Oh my God.
The Long Connor? Is that better than John Connor?
I was gonna say Long Connor. He's the Long Connor.
Oh, okay, well, we've got a short con going on in this game. The top right is the blue Zerg. It is BLord. Game time going for an early pool. The late good luck, have fun.
Did you just in chat say that you're building up your tolerance to gunshots?
Yes. Yes, I did.
So you shoot yourself with tiny bullets so you can slowly become immune to the big bullets.
Okay.
All right, he's gonna look to see if he can close something, I guess, to hopefully not lag as much.
Well, yeah, we'll need it.
Yeah, GameTime's a really good player. Again, like he was on our radar in terms of like we've seen him get results in other things in ladder qualifiers and ladder heroes, but honestly wasn't much until Austin. And I gotta say, like, I'm glad to see that even in just that one game just now, the clever tactics, the good gameplay, like that this hasn't gone, that Austin wasn't a fluke. You know, I see these sort of moves out of him and go like, that's a good player. Not many people would do that sort of setup. Not a lot of people can do that setup, if we're gonna be honest. That's like TLO levels of good.
Oh, well, this is bad news for BLord, who was going for the greediest thing you can really do as a Zerg player, disregarding any type of 3-hatch. He went for gas, then 2 drones, then pool, which doesn't get much greedier than that, I don't think. Not the real build. So that's quite a late queen. Obviously, lanes can't help out, so even if there was like, if this was like a gasless build, and he just needed to save his hatchery, and he could just pull his drones, like they would be unsupported, and it would still suck for him. So this is just, it's good news for game time, but his execution still got to be there. He is going full all in too, with speed and a Baneling Nest, and not bothering to show his lings until it's closer to that speed timing, because it's Proxima, and you don't have to show that you're all inning, because your third base, your match doesn't have to be shown.
GG. I think it was going to be anyways. Although he may have lagged picking that build. I don't know. Alright, so that means we're going to have game time advance on a fight against Masa. I'm not sure why BLord get advanced in the brackets.
There you go. Nailed it. Alright, well.
Alright. Oh, that was the wrong chat on purpose, but I thought Dares was in there. Could you relay that message to him for me, please? We're going to go, again, like I think BioIce and ours has begun, and they should be playing out, but they're not currently in game, so I'm not sure what's going on with them. We will be casting out Masa in game time, though, and I think this is going to be great. Again, Masa's a phenomenal player. He's really good at the game. We just don't get to see him in the limelight all the time, so I don't think he gets the recognition I think he actually does deserve. But Game Time has recently gotten on our hype list. It was specifically for ZvT. So we'll see how this one plays out. Either way, we're going to go to commercial break, and we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Thank you for watching.